Well, progressives are now pushing Democrats to shift their focus to the economy as a top priority. Some activists telling The Hill Democrats missed the boat by focusing on other issues like abortion and attacking the GOP in recent weeks. This is House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senator Bernie Sanders yesterday warned that Republicans would cut benefits like Medicare and Social Security after Sanders recently chided Democrats for not talking enough about the economy. Julia Manchester, national political reporter for The Hill, joins us now. Good morning, Julia. So this push by the left, good morning, comes as a brand new poll finds Republicans now have a 12-point lead over Democrats. Obviously, central issue, the economy. Is this setting off some alarm bells in the Democratic Party, would you say?
Yeah, I think it is setting some alarm bells off in the Democratic Party, Kelly. I mean, when we look back to this summer and the overturning of Roe v. Wade, we saw that that was very much a catalyst for Democratic voters. And for a moment in time, abortion became the top midterm issue. However, that was in June, and now we're at the end of October, nearing the beginning of November. You know, even though the overturning of Roe v. Wade has impacted, many Americans across the country when it comes to abortion access in particular states, we are seeing in various polls that it's not as high of a priority as the economy or even crime. So you've seen a lot of these Democratic candidates running for Senate or in the House talk about abortion over and over again. And that might have resonated earlier in the summer, earlier in the fall. However, now with inflation rising, with gas prices rising, with recession really in a number of headlines, or potential recession, I should say, in various headlines, we are seeing that focus turn back to the economy. So I think now you see a lot of Democrats scrambling to talk more about that in addition to abortion. I will say that abortion can be described as an economic issue, and you do hear Democrats making that argument. However, when it comes to rising prices, gas prices, that's what we're seeing that voters are most concerned about.
All right, great. So I'd love to dig in on the messaging on this. We recently heard Democrats, including Speaker Pelosi, arguing that inflation is in fact a global problem and claiming Republicans don't have a plan to fix it. But will that be enough to convince voters not to blame their own party?
That's a good question. It is a global problem. You don't need to look farther than the United Kingdom and the mess that happened there last weekend with the prime minister stepping down amid high inflation. That being said, though, we do know that in these elections, in these midterms, the voters blame the party in power, really, regardless of what happens. And they say that that party is Democrats right now. And you have Republicans messaging saying that, this inflation may not could have been offset or could have been lowered, if you will, if Democrats didn't pump so much money into the Inflation Reduction Act or in the, American Rescue Package, these other big pieces of legislation. That's the Republican argument. Democrats would say those pieces of legislation, those initiatives are exactly how they're going to fight inflation, and that it's going to take time given that inflation is a global problem.
Interesting. So we have about 30 seconds left. We've seen numerous polls, including a NewsNation poll earlier this month, finding inflation far and away the top issue among voters at 45%. Abortion was second at 18%. So are Democrats, Julia, second guessing their focus on social issues like abortion, or is it about driving out their base?
It's both. You have to walk and chew gum at the same time, to use the cliche. They got to drive out their base. They got to get those swing voters. So they got to be messaging on all of these issues. The question is, which issue do they message more? Which issue do they pour more resources into messaging? Right now, it seems like they've been focusing on abortion, but that could be changing towards the economy. I'll be looking forward to tomorrow night's Senate debate in Pennsylvania to see what John Fetterman really prioritizes talking about.
Yeah, certainly. I think we all will be watching. Julia Manchester, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.